So in this lecture, I'm just going to show you that how you will calculate producer risk and consumer risk, and what is producer risk and what is consumer risk, and how we will calculate while using OC curve. But before going to that, you need to understand some basic definition about the quality level, that what is acceptance quality level and what is rejectio quality level. So in this lecture, I'm just going to show you that how you will calculate, how you will define specific quality terms in a specific example. So acceptance quality level, which is also called AQL, the smallest percentage of defective that will make the lot definitely acceptable, a quality level that is baseline requirement of the customer. So every organization, for example, if they want to produce something, so they want to produce such a quality that on the basis of that quality, the customer accept that product in the market. So they want to improve the quality, they want to keep such a defective level which is very minute, which is very small. So on the basis of their quality level, the customer accept that. RQL is another terms definition. RQL means rejected quality level, or we can also call it lot tolerance percentage defective. Means this is the threshold that after that nobody will buy it, customer will not buy it because it's contain a large proportion of defective item. Quality level that is unacceptable to the customer, and that is why when the defective part, for example, if I give you a simple example, if our lot contain 100, so the lot will be accepted if there are only 2 defective items. But if they increase from 2 defective items, for example, if you find 3 in the 100 sample size, then in that case your lot will not be accepted. But customer will still think about, because they will randomly choose specific random sample from the lot. So on the basis of that, they will accept or they will reject. So in the next slide, I'm just going to show you that what is RQL and AQL and how we will calculate. So before going to that, you need to remember, these are basically, we are just betting, we are just using sample size, and on the basis of that sample size, we will accept or we will reject the whole lot, because we will not be able to 100% inspect the whole lot. So basically, you are not measuring the quality of the lot, but you are to sentence the lot, either reject or accept. So that is why we are just going to decide to accept or to reject. So that is why we will use the concept of binomial, Poisson or hypergeometric distribution. So because in all these distributions, we use it for in order to decide to accept or to reject, because there are only 2 possible outcomes. So every sample, so when you start, let's suppose a quality inspector visiting to a firm, to a warehouse, and if they start inspecting, there is a risk, because she will not be able to inspect 100%. There will be maybe good product, may be rejected. So there is a chance that the producer producing good product, there is a very minute ratio of the defective product, but because inspector randomly inspected, so maybe in that sample he takes some rejected parts, some rejected products. So on the basis of that sampling, maybe they will reject the good quality product. Normally, if there are too much defective products in the lot, in the production, so maybe the inspector randomly select some good parts, and on the basis of those good parts, maybe he will give them a clean sheet, maybe he will accept the lot. So these kind of risks also occur, and today's lecture is basically based on these 2 types of risks. Because we inspect only a sample, not the whole lot, so as I already mentioned, 100% will be impossible to count each and every item in the lot. So there are 2 types of risks. So you can see from the figure, there are 2 types of error. One is called type 1 error and the other is called type 2 error. Type 1 error is the case, for example, if a producer producing good item, there is only a very minute ratio of defective item. Let's suppose the 95% goods are okay, but there is 5% that they producing some defective products. So if they inspecting, and if they find no error, so she will accept the lot. So it's okay. This is another one case. But maybe in those 100%, he or she only select in the sample only the defective parts. So on the basis of those 5%, the person will reject the whole lot. In this whole lot, 95% of the effective term. So this is called type 1 error. It's mean based on the good lot, based on the the sampling, they reject the lot based on those defective items. Type 2 error, a lot is bad, means there is a 50-50, 50 are good and 50 are bad, but the inspector randomly select in the sample only those products come that are effective, that are good, but the whole lot is not good, mean there is 50-50 chance, there are 50 defective and 50 effective. So on the basis of those, that lot will be accepted. Accepting a lot on the rejected quality level, this is also called. So when you accept a lot of the accepted quality level or reject a lot on the accepted quality level, this is called type 1 error. This is called producer risk. And type 2 error, when you accept a lot on rejected quality level, mean the quality is not good, but in the sample you just pick some good product. So on the basis of that you accept. This is called consumer risk. We denote this with beta and we denote this with alpha. Okay, normally in the production they use 5% for the alpha value. There is a room every producer want to keep that in the production. 100% quality is impossible to get, so they just keep a room of 5% that there will be a defective. Similarly, in the bad lot, if they accept it, even though the lot is lot is rejected, there are too much defective item. So on the basis of that, this is called type 2 error. So producer risk associated with acceptable quality, rejected. Normally we denote with alpha, probably committing type 1 error. So this is called type 1 error. Rejecting lot at AQL mean accepted quality level. The quality level is accepted, but in the sample size you pick the rejected part, and on the basis of those sampling you reject the accepting quality level. So this is not good for the producer, because producer produces some good quality, but the inspector rejected because they mention that the things in the sample size which I take randomly showing that your product quality is not good. This is called producer risk. Consumer risk, receiving shipment, assume goods quality, actually bad quality. We do not with beta, and basically accepting a lot at rejecting quality level. So the OC curve for a sampling count quantifies these risks. So now I am just going to show you that how you will construct these actual, what is actual OC actual quality level and what is calculated actual quality level. So you can see that this is a very simple example. We have a lot and the size of that lot is 5,000. So being an inspector, quality inspector, we will just pick 120, a sample size 120 item. Let's suppose there is a container and in that container there are 5,000 mobile phones. Now we want to decide to buy that container or not. We just pick 120 mobile phone from the container, and the criteria of acceptance is if there are more than 2 defective mobile phone in this container, we will not be able to buy this whole container. If there are only more than 2, if there are only 2 defective, then okay, we will buy this. So in the sample 120, if there are more than 2 defective mobile phone, we will not buy this whole container. So this is our criteria. So for this criteria, because the size of n is very large, as I already mentioned, that you will use Poisson distribution when the sample size is very large. In my other lecture, I already discussed it, that when you will be able to use binomial and when you will be able to use Poisson. So in this problem, we want to construct a Poisson distribution. So these are the defective probabilities: 0 defect, 0.01, 1%, 2% defect. These are the defective probabilities. For Poisson distribution, the lambda is equal to NP. This is also the mean. So n, because we took 120 sample size, so in this whole column this is sample size. Then in this one we just calculate NP. NP mean this multiplied by the defective probabilities. 120 multiplied by this, so we already construct this NP. And in this Poisson distribution, as you people see the formula, okay, this is mean of the Poisson. This is the defective rate, because we will reject a lot if the number of defective is more than this, and the mean is this one, and then we will want to construct the cumulative probability distribution. So when we sketch this, then you need to select, because this is my defective probabilities and this is my Poisson distribution which we already construct. You need to construct the OC curve. So this is my OC curve. So when you sketch this, you can also change the title. This is the OC curve. So OC, this is my OC curve. So if you want to change the axis title, okay, now we want to put the name, this is the defective rate, and these are the on the y-axis, these are the acceptance probability. So acceptance probability. So from the OC curve you can see that at 0 the acceptance probability is 1, because when there is 0 defect, then definitely we will accept, the probability of acceptance will be 100%. But as the number of defects increase, so you can see when there are 2 defects, so there is a chance, there is only 0.58% chance. Okay, 8 curve. This is my ideal OC curve. So you can see this is the ideal OC curve, because if there are 1, 2 defective, so doesn't matter, we will accept this lot, we will accept it. Okay, now because if it is at this place, if it is at this place, you can see that at 100% we will accept, the probability is 100%. This is ideal one, because when you cross this 2, let's suppose it is 2.1, we will reject. So the acceptance probability will be equal to 0. The acceptance probability will be equal to 0. But this is the ideal case. In the actual case, these things will not happen. The actual case is this one. It's deviate. It's deviate from the ideal. You can see it's deviate from the ideal, because when producer produce, there is a chance they will not be able to produce it 100%. There is a chance that they will produce some defective item. So in order to check that defective item, let's suppose my alpha is 0.05%. Okay, so there is a 5% or 5%, sorry, there is a 5% chance that you will produce defective. So now 0.05%, so 1 minus 0.05% will be 95%. Okay, so there is a chance. So now you can see that for alpha 5%, for example, there is a very simple example that in 5,000 mobile phone, we just took 120 the sample size. So the criteria is that on 2 it will be defected. So this is basically the actual, the ideal situation. But normally the ideal situation will not be working. There will be a chance, for example, if the quality inspector came into and they want to start inspecting, maybe there is a chance, because in the producer products there is a 5% chance that they will produce defective product. So maybe they will choose from these defective. You can see this, as I already tried, this is defective. So you can see maybe she will pick some defective parts, even though the lot is except mean they're producing 95% good item. So this will be our AQL. You can see this will be our AQL, acceptance quality level. This one, our quality will be accepted at this point. Okay, and before you can see this is called producer risk. Producer risk. So at 5%, because they're producing defective products, so maybe the inspector will pick defective parts, even though they're producing 95% of good product. So on the basis of those, they will reject the whole lot. So this is called acceptance quality level. Okay, normally consumer also takes some risk. So you can see that this is our actual plotted area, the blue one, and because as I already mentioned that we will accept the container if from the sample space 120 there are only 2 defective found. If there are more than 2 defective found, we will reject. So you can see this is simple, we will accept. This is 100%. This is because this is my C is equal to 2. You can see this is C is equal to 2. So at C is equal to 2, we will accept. If there is only 1 defective, if there are only 2 defective. But if it is more than C than 2, then we will reject the lot. Now this is the ideal scenario. Now we want to check the deviation of this blue curve from the ideal situation. So as the producer risk, what is producer risk? Normally we denote with the alpha, and the consumer risk. So consumer risk is normally we denote with the beta sign. Beta, and normally it is 10%. Okay, so let's suppose this is now 10%. You can see at this level they will reject. For example, this is 4. So this is also called rejecting quality level, because at this level the quality is not so good. So on the basis of that they will reject. The customer will reject it. But if the customer still want to accept that item, even though there are some defective particles and the ratio of defective particle is too much, then this will call beta. This is called type 2 error. For the producer risk, for example, in this lot 5000 mobile phone, we just took 120 as a sample. We will reject the lot if there are more than 2. So the producer risk is, for example, if producer producing good quality item, if they producing 5 in 120, if there are only 2 defective product, and the inspector specifically pick those defective item, so on the basis of those they will reject the good lot. So this is called type 1 error. Type 2 error we will denote with the beta is equal to 10%, and you can also change this value. Okay, so if for example in this lot, in the end 120, in this 120 60 are good and 60 are defective. Okay, if the inspector, if the customer, or if the person, because they need to reject this because there is too much ratio of defective product. But if they pick the good product, let's suppose in the sample they took good products, so in this case they will accept the defective lot, the rejected quality lot, on the basis of the good sample. So this will be this scenario. Okay, so this is the threshold. So at 4 is the limiting quality level. If you increase, if you exceed this limit, let's suppose 4.5, so you will be in this zone. In this zone mean you will accept the lot, as you know that the lot is contain a lot of defective item, but you accept the lot on the basis of this. So this is too much risky. So at this way you will calculate accepted quality level and rejected quality level, and the alpha is equal to 5%, so mean it can also be changed, and you can calculate these producer risk and consumer risk.